Back with another video. Today I thought, since I was gonna get ready and I have time since it's summer, no school, I basically just wanted to film my everyday summer makeup routine. I did a video like this last summer, but a lot has changed since then, and I feel like it's looking a little bit more full coverage this time around. So I'm gonna show you guys that look. Let's go ahead and get started. For my face, I already use Aquaphor. I have really dry skin, and lately it's just been like extra dry, and so I've been making sure that I do add my Aquaphor, and I added my Pond's face cream as well. The next thing I'm going to be adding is one of my favorite products, is the Mineral Sun Glow by In Beauty, and I got this at Sephora, and it has SPF 43, and it supposedly has blue light antioxidant protection. So yeah, the girl recommended it for me because I told her that for the summer I definitely want to go for like a glowy no makeup look, but also have some type of tint to my face. So this is tinted. I got the shade medium deep, so I just use a full pump of this on my face. Just is like the perfect base without adding foundation, and yes, it is pretty dark, but I kind of put it everywhere. I put it on my neck and my hands, so like my face isn't super dark, but it blends in really nice. I feel like it just brings back color to my face because my face is definitely lighter than the rest of my body. As of lately, it's been perfect for me, so that's how it looks. It's probably going to be a little similar to my last everyday makeup video. There's things here and there that have changed. One of the things that haven't changed is that I spot conceal with my NARS concealer in the shade Café con Leche. Any spots that I have. And then here, just to lift my mouth. And then the next thing we're gonna do, cream contour. So I do bronze up my face with just cream though. I don't add any powders. This is a cream based look for the most part, and I just add this one. I also use that when I do like full coverage looks, and I honestly really love it. So grab some of that, and I put some up here on my forehead. I'm gonna add concealer to my under eyes. Better idea to add it initially. I just tap it in with my finger, and I find that it looks the most natural, honestly. So I really like it this way. And now to blend in my under eyes. I've been blending in my under eyes with my finger for the summer ever since I was like 18, I think, or like 19. I don't even know, but I always remember that during the summertime, this is like the best way to make it look like it's literally your skin. I love like rediscovering that. I like doing that. It's also a good tip for the winter. If you want your under eyes to look cakey or too powdery, it's really good, even if you're doing a full beat, to blend it in with your fingers. It keeps the product there, whereas like a brush, maybe it can be a little streaky if you don't have the best brush, or maybe it picks it up a little bit and you want that real full coverage. This is really nice because the warmth of your hand just like puts it in place. It doesn't take away that coverage that you really like. I will be grabbing a powder puff, some Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. Go ahead and lightly powder under my eyes. So I blend in one more time, and I use the rest of that powder for my eyelids. Okay, so I set my under eyes. We're just gonna put dots on the little spots that we put concealer. So I put some here, right, because we still want our face to be glowy, so we're just really focusing on where we actually put product, just to not make it so powdery and not look like skin. Putting it down here because the concealer there. Putting it here. Put some here. Okay. Now that we put our powder in specific spots, we're gonna go ahead and grab our Rare Beauty blush in the shade Virtue. And I'm just gonna put that here. I just put 2 dots. Maybe I'll add more later on, but I go ahead and blend that. And this is like the perfect like sunburnt kind of blush. And it's okay if it goes on top of that powder because we're gonna brush that off anyway. And it's best if we just add that cream product over it anyway. We're gonna add some down the nose and right here at the tip. I go in with a little cream bronzer and this brush, and I go like this under my nose and here, just so it can be like a button effect. But it looks nice like this, I think, at least. Here and on my lip, I think it looks pretty. We're gonna go ahead and just add the rest of that to our eyelids because we're gonna put some brown eyeshadow on there anyway, just for that bronzy glowy sun kind of look. And then I'm gonna grab this fluffy brush. I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and that I will be adding it to my eyes. So adding it there. And the rest we're going to be adding to the tip of my nose just to set that little bronzer and contour that we did. And some down here and a little under our eyes. I'm going to grab this fluffy brush and just brush over the spots where we put that powder, that little amount of powder, and just brush over those, but not too much so we can keep like the glow and it still looks pretty skin-like. So that's the goal. This is optional, but since I don't have that much coverage under my eyes right now, I'm gonna grab the Mario palette and I'm gonna grab this white shade and that shade, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go under my eyes just for that extra coverage. It just adds a little bit more, and then I'm able to cut my nose products a lot more with it. Just putting that and then on my nose. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of brows. I usually like to go in with like a taupe kind of shade, not too black, but I currently haven't bought like a good eyebrow powder, but I usually do like using that kind of shade. But for now, we're going to be using a little bit of the black and a little bit of this dark brown just to fill in specific spots, but this black is really pigmented, so sometimes it can make my brows look a little bit harsh. But we're just gonna fill in a little bit, like it already instantly filled in my eyebrow, and I just slightly brushed it through, just the little sparse areas. So putting that here through my brows, and it looks actually pretty nice. And grab this basically empty Anastasia clear brow gel. It doesn't have anything, but I like using the brush still, especially for these like simple makeup kind of days. I'm gonna be using this Moni waterproof pen eyeliner. I've been using this for a few years. My mom put me on, and I just mark my beauty marks. I've been doing this for a while as well, so I'm really sticking to my roots and like what I've always really done. but evolving with my staple little makeup tricks. So I'm gonna do my eyeliner. It's honestly pretty fast and easy for me. So I like doing like a straight wing, and I just use like the curve of like my natural eye. So I just open my eye, and where it folds, I kind of let it guide my liner pen to create the wing. And I've always liked doing like my little inverted inner corner liner. It's like a little cat eye kind of look. And just doing it. Let like the inner corner of my eye kind of guide me to create that spike. And it just happens. Really nice and very easy. For this step, I'm actually gonna go ahead and jump to a lip stain, which I also used in my last video. I don't know if I used the same shade, but it's definitely still the xoxo lip liner stay in the shade Hazel. This does take a while to show up on my lips. I try to keep it on my lips for a long time just so it can really show, but I puff out my lips because my lip line, it's like white, so to really get that line precise, I have to puff out my lips just for it to kind of mark it. Basically like the same thing as when I do my liner, like I let like the natural curve and angles of my lips kind of guide me to where my liner falls. Next, we're going to be adding some highlighter. I love adding my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter to my inner corners and the tip of my nose, and actually to the outside of my eyes, so it can be like glowy out there as well. So I just add it under here. Really brightens up my eyes, and I just love how that looks. I feel like it looks very like fresh and very beautiful for the summer. So just blending that in with the brush, and I put it on my nose. Wherever the light hits my skin when it's dewy, I go ahead and highlight that. So the light was already hitting that area, so I go ahead and just accentuate it a little bit more with the highlighter. And I'm just blending that in a little with my fingers. Blending this in as well. Maybe a little on my brow bone. And that's pretty much the only spots that I put highlighter. And now we're gonna move on to mascara. So I use the Mame Extract Apple mascara because I don't know, it just makes my lashes look really nice. And I didn't know that it was waterproof because I went to the beach and I put this on, just like a light layer, and it didn't come off when I showered at home. So a little tip for you guys for the summer, if you want like a waterproof mascara that's gonna keep your lashes curled, this one is really good. I just do a fast coat of this, and I'm just blinking while brushing it through. And it just makes my eyes look really pretty. I feel like it's time for a little setting spray. So I will be using the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. This one isn't as dewy as the old formula because I believe it was like a squeezy bottle before, and now it's like this. So I'm sure they also changed a little bit of the formula because I remember it was more hydrating. But yeah, for now I do use this one. Grab my little fan. This is how the look is looking right now. Okay, so one of the last steps is to curl my lashes. So I do use two mascaras. I'm just very careful about it. I have yanked my lashes off though, so I'm like scared of that. But the Lash Princess by Essence mascara, and I just go over just to make them darker, coat the ends a little bit more, because with the other mascara I coated more so like the root of my lash, and now it's like more so the ends and a little bit more of the root. Go backwards and up. So I have this Bisou liner for your waterline. That's where I put it, and it's in the shade Earthquake, and it's this bronzy brown shimmery color, and it just makes my brown eyes pop way more. So I go ahead and put this just a little bit because I don't want my eyes to look too dark, but it literally just makes it look so nice and pretty. Oh, I feel like that really darkened up the look, but it looks so fresh and ready to conquer my day. Now we're gonna take off this liner. I hope it shows up well. Okay, so it didn't really show up that much, but I often just go over it a few times. Bottom did a little bit. My lips are too hydrated right now, and hopefully it stays. I'll just put it in these areas. We're gonna let that sit for a little, so I'll be back when it's been sitting for a while and I can show you guys the results. Now we're gonna take off my lip stain. It marked a little bit better, but you guys see, it looks like really natural and nice. So I just blend that in a little bit. Going with this Salt Range Himalayan Pink Salt Moisturizing Lip Balm Kiwi Fruit that I bought from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, and it's actually really hydrating. I love this lip balm, so I add that, and then we're gonna add this Coconut Craze flavored lip gloss by Victoria's Secret. It's the best, and it's really shiny, so is it the vibe? I think so. That is basically my updated summer makeup routine. I think it's really pretty. It actually turned out way better than how it turns out when I do it any other day, so that's always good. Definitely gonna post this. That's pretty much the look. I'm really happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stick around because I will be coming out with more videos. I'm gonna go on a trip soon next following months, so I'm gonna be vlogging those and showing you guys more. I feel more inspired. I think I'm just feeling optimistic because my makeup turned out well. But I will be seeing you guys soon, and thank you for watching. Bye.